Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see, we're in the main engine bay today. We'll be going outside very shortly to work on the truck. Today's video should be pretty quick. All we're going to be doing is replacing the rear cab mounts on the back of the GMC. As you guys can see in this footage, the rear of the cab is sagging down maybe a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch. It's not too bad. I've seen other people's trucks and videos on YouTube where they're sagging like almost a 1/2 inch or up to an inch down, so mine isn't that bad. And what this issue is basically a bad set of cab mounts on the back of the 2001, I believe up to 2007 classic GMC and Chevrolet 2500s. Now, I don't know if this impacts the 1500s as well, but I've pretty much only seen 2500 videos on this, and that chassis was produced from 2001 all the way up until I believe 2010, and then 2011 is when they switched over to an all-new suspension, all-new cab chassis and whatnot. And obviously, the 2007 to 2010 have the new body style. They've got the GMT 900, GMT 900 chassis on, or body on the GMT 800 frame. So, but basically what this issue is, they call it beaming. They call it, bad rear cab mounts, sagging rear cab mounts. I've seen a bunch of different names for it, but basically what I think it is, it's the earlier design, so like kind of the first half of this chassis that we're talking about, the production range, they used a different set of cab mounts versus the later style. And so what a lot of people do is they take the later style that bolts up, so the GMT 900, the 2007 to 2010, they bolted onto their 2001 to 2006 or 2007 classic year trucks. And that is basically what we have here. These are the newer style cab mounts. I think these are hydraulically filled. Other than that, it's just a newer style cab mount. It will work on the older trucks, and you basically need 3 part numbers. First one is going to be the part number itself for the mount. It's 259948881. That's for the cab mounts. Then you've got these metal discs that I believe go on the bottom, and that part number is going to be this 1854745. Then the last piece you're going to need is the rubber and metal donut that the mount kind of sits in on the bottom of the frame. That's going to be part number 25791032. Yeah, 25791032. Like I showed you earlier, we do have a little bit of cab sag in the back with the old style mounts. Hopefully we'll replace it with a new one. This should resolve the metal noise that people complain about, the beaming noise. There's all kinds, like I said, there's all kinds of different names for what is going on in the back. And the solution supposedly is this new style mount. Should quiet down the cab, should make it ride a little bit better, and get rid of that beaming issue, like I said. If you guys look up 2500 beaming, frame beaming, something like that, you should see more posts and on Facebook as well as the old message boards. You should see a little bit more information about this. Like for me, when I do hit bumps, the back of the cab does sound a little weird, so hopefully, like I said, this will resolve the sagging mount issue as well as the improve ride quality a little bit as much as we can. So, because like I said, we do have those solid engine mounts and the solid transmission mount that's all polyurethane that has picked up a ton of vibration. So hopefully this helps reduce that a little bit. All right, guys, basically your first step will be to remove the 18mm bolts holding the frame as well as the side steps that bolt up to the bottom of the chassis. So we've got our 3/8 impact tied in, and I've already undone the bolts down there. So all I gotta do is let this loose, and we should be able to get this. All right, so I've got the bolt loose. I need to get the actual bolt out of the chassis. The other side was giving me some grief about that. But this side should come down, hopefully. All right, there you go. We got the bolt out. Now you're gonna wanna let your bedside kind of hang down. Well, or it's gonna fall on you, which is fine. But like I said, we've taken that out. So yeah, we got the side step out. The mount kind of fell off. Now we're ready to actually lift up this side of the truck. And you guys will notice I also undid all the mounts on the passenger side as well, because from the bottom of the cab here we're gonna have to lift up with a floor jack and a bunch of wood. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of. You might be able to see a gap between the frame and the body. Did manage to get the OEM mount out. There's a little piece of plastic that fell out with it. Actually, it's right there. We're gonna wanna reuse that to center the bolt. But yeah, here is the OEM mount. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but you know, they did change the design on this for a reason. I did also want to show you how we lifted this up. I did use two 4x4s. There's a 2x4. So that's roughly 10 inches of boards that we had to use on the bottom of the cab to lift this up. And I did get enough room to get the old mount out. So let's go ahead and get the new one installed. We'll finish up the driver's side. All right, so here's the new mount like we were showing you. There's definitely a big difference between this one and the old one. We're gonna stick that little plastic insert that fell out. That basically goes something like that in there with the top. Yeah, I think that's right. Then here's the replacement for the bottom of the mount. This will go like that, and then I think it goes, it's like a cup like that, and this rubber part goes toward the frame. I'll have to confirm that, but it goes something like that. So let's go ahead and, oh, actually right there, you guys can see that the cup sits like that, then the metal piece goes on the bottom like that. So yeah, that's a good comparison right there on top of the step for the frame. So yeah, so here's the bottom, here's the top with that plastic piece put in, and we'll get this flipped into the frame. And as you guys can see, this is keyed. It is an oval shape. This will be the same shape on the frame. We'll stick that in there, make sure it's keyed right, and we should be done with the driver's side. All right, guys, you will see the new mount is in there, and it is twisted a little bit because that keyway in the bottom on the frame isn't exactly straight. I thought it would have been like that way or that way, but it's kind of twisted in between. So that is now in place, and basically all I got to do is put that bottom donut, the metal plate, as well as the step back on, and we should be able to tighten the side up and be done with it. All right, guys, as you saw, the install went pretty quickly. Pretty much all you gotta do is loosen the 6 body bolts. There's 3 on each side, and basically just take the bolt out. As you did see, we did have the side steps off. That might be a future modification that we get rid of those and replace them with something else, because I was kind of digging that look of just being clean and not having any side step on there. I did just go on a test drive, and guys, I am beyond impressed on what those new mounts did. I almost can't even describe how much better the ride quality is, and I'm not kidding you guys, because there's not really a way of justifying it, you know, showing in the video. It's just not going to happen. But I've had this truck for like 8+ years now, and the truck has never rode smoother. That sounds kind of weird considering we do have poly mounts on the engine and the transmission, and with the old cab mounts on the back, the whole cab shook. Like, I was actually considering looking into buying a new set of OEM mounts for the motor, because that was the one that really stiffened everything up and really was passing vibration into the cab. But there was definitely a bunch of rattles going on with those mounts when you were stopped or either parked. So those new rear cab mounts, if you guys do the solid, or not solid, but more stiff engine and trans mounts, I highly recommend you do those rear cab mounts as well, because man, that probably absorbed 75% of the vibration that was rattling all the panels on the inside. So that was the first improvement. And the second was actually the ride quality, because in my neighborhood, you know, there's a bunch of dips. It is asphalt that needs to be repaved, and you know, there's potholes, you hit the sewer lines, stuff like that, and that absorbed probably, I would say, 80% of it. You still feel a little bit of it, but you know, just maybe because it's the new design, they're brand new, plus it's the new design, so maybe both of those factors help going into absorption of, you know, bumps and whatnot. But the biggest thing was there's a curve outside my neighborhood that, like, you almost tighten your body up especially when you're driving the truck, because every time you hit it, you tighten up, because you always feel like, I don't know if it's the first set of bump or the second set of bumps, so the front wheels or rear wheels, but I think it's going to be the second, so your rear wheels, when you hit that bump, because there's a drop in the pavement, like, it just shakes the whole truck. Like, you literally kind of brace and go, you know, with these new mounts, I don't have to do that anymore. So that might be the next project on the channel, is painting the bed. I might be getting the Corvette back. I don't really know, but I also need to clear out this third bay, because we've got a lot of extra truck parts that we need to get rid of. But if you guys want to see all those projects, hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications. So if you guys want to help support the channel, I'll try to drop some links down below with links to the the cab mounts, the rubber cups, as well as those metal shims, all that whole assembly. I did replace everything. I saw some videos where they only replaced the mount, but those rubber cups and the metal shims, I think they were an additional 20 bucks, something like that. So it wasn't too terrible. If I can't find the Amazon links, I will drop the part numbers down below. Also, make sure you check out our website, BonecrrusherSS.com. We do have some new truck and Duramax content. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.